So, after Real Madrid beat Sociedad yesterday 4-1 with an absolute masterclass from Trent Alexander-Arnold, I am going to be watching Arbeloa's press conference from yesterday, post-game. I better see a question related to Trent. I better see one of the journalists asking, how does it feel to manage that kind of profile you've got him in your hands? I better see some Trent-related questions. But, of course, shout out Mr. Real Vikings. Always does the English-dubbed press conferences, pre-game, post-game of any single Real Madrid game. Before we start, make sure you all like the video, subscribe to the channel if you're new to the channel, and, of course, comment your own thoughts and let me know what you think, and let's go straight into the video.
I wanted to ask you about the formation. In the last two matches, both in Valencia and here, you've opted for a 4-4-2 system, which has coincidentally come in perhaps the calmest or most controlled games where the team has suffered less. Is this your main idea, or have you found it as a solution for certain...
The 4-4, let's be real, yeah. The 4-4, we don't play majority of the game with a 4-4-2. It's more when we defend, it's a 4-4-2. But when we attack, it doesn't become a 4-4-2. Like, sometimes it's a 4-3-3. Sometimes it's a 3 at the back, having the fullbacks be wing backs. So I think it's a bit lazy for you to call it 4-4-2. But anyway,
matches?
I think defensively, it's a structure that not only we use,
I can't lie, man. Hey, man, I should be a coach.
But many teams do. In the end, it closes the central midfield channels where most teams have the greatest number of players, and it allows you to stay more compact. With the type of players we have, it also gives us the possibility to transition quickly or counterattack with the two players up front.
Facts.
We've been working a lot on it, and it has helped us this week to continue improving in all aspects. Defensively, we still have a lot of room for improvement. But beyond systems, what I always tell the players is that the key elements are effort, team spirit, mentality, and collective work. I think we're doing those things well, knowing that we still have plenty to improve.
You've been repeating for a month now that you want to see the best version of Vinícius. Did you see that top version of Vinícius today? The one from previous seasons?
Good game, by the way, from Vinny yesterday.
I've been seeing a great Vinícius for a month now, honestly, not just in this match. Since I arrived, he's been performing at a very high level, being decisive. Today as well, some days he scores, other days he assists. For me, he's a player who goes beyond numbers. It's about how he can influence a match, how he affects opposing defenses, the number of players he draws toward him. As I've always said, for me, he's one of the best players in the world. It's a privilege to coach him. He's a fantastic kid with a big heart, a great teammate, a great player, and I'm lucky to have him.
The last time you went to Lisbon...
He's the owner, the creator, and the founder of the Vinícius Glazing Foundation. His name is Arbeloa, fam.
You were coming off two very good matches against Monaco and Villarreal. Now again, you're coming off two strong performances. I don't know if the approach will be the same. Are you especially motivated for match in Lisboa?
Well, I hope history doesn't repeat itself. I think we're fully aware of the difficulty of Tuesday's match, what awaits us there, the opponent, the atmosphere. It's a 180-minute tie, but we have to go there and play a great match.
That game is going to be scary, by the way. By the way, the match preview for that game will be out on my channel later today, on my main channel. But that's going to be a crazy, crazy game. Like, in about 2 days from now, we're going away to Benfica. After what happened last time, mamma mia.
We can't settle for just any result. We have to go there to win. And as you say, the previous experience is still fresh in our minds, so we know how complicated it's going to be.
You keep insisting there's still a lot of room for improvement, but one aspect where the team looks very solid is defensively, something you highlighted the other day. Today, aside from the penalty, they only had one valid shot on target against Courtois.
True.
The other day, none. And in another recent league match, just one. Is this defensive solidity what satisfies you most right now?
Today we did play a great defensive match, just like in Valencia. Quite solid. But I also think in the first half, we saw a team playing more freely in the opponent's half.
By the way, I think that's a bit like... I think that number, as in Thibaut made one good save, I think it's more down to there's still a lot of space. Even the Valencia game, it's just... Valencia's final action was just missing. The final pass was missing. If that final was executed in a better way, that would have been a chance, and that would have been probably a goal. Even Sociedad yesterday, they had a couple chances in the final third where we completely, just like the Carvajal moment where Carvajal did a massive blunder, the Alaba moment, the Dean Huijsen also the first, like that's been a couple moments where we completely fade off, but the opponent's final action is bad. That's not down to our defensive solution. Like, as he mentioned, you're great defensively. No, it just comes down to them not executing their final actions. We still need to be better defensively. I wouldn't call ourselves a great defensive team. I'm not going to call myself, oh yeah, I'm very, very, very convinced and very reassured, and I'm very, very happy with our defensive performances the last couple of games. It still needs, it's better than before, that's for sure, but it still needs improving, bro.
With more movement, able to circulate the ball faster, which is something we're also trying to improve. It's not easy, of course. It's important to highlight how well we worked during the week. Today's match was one where perhaps Real Sociedad experienced what usually happens to us, playing midweek in a high-intensity game and then arriving at the weekend without much time to prepare.
Sure.
That's what happened to a great team like Real Sociedad. We, on the other hand, had a full week to rest, prepare, and mentally focus. I think that was noticeable from the start.
How is Mbappe for Tuesday's match?
He's fine. Very good. Obviously,
Mbappe will play, bro. That's no way in hell he's not going to miss that game against Benfica, bro.
Mbappe has
He's
been dealing
definitely
with these
playing,
small knee discomforts
definitely
for
playing,
quite
bro.
some time this season. He makes a great effort every time he steps onto the pitch. We decided not to take any risks so that he'll be fully ready to start on Tuesday, and that will be the case.
He's definitely playing, bro.
Carvajal
There's no way
played
in hell
again
he's missing.
today, around 30 minutes. With all due caution, do you think he could soon be available to start matches?
Yes, back up to Trent.
Yes, I think the first step was taken today, obviously. Those were 30 very good minutes. I really
I don't know about good.
like the ovation from the stadium.
Maybe
He
20.
deserves it.
That
We have
first
many
10
matches
minutes,
ahead,
eesh.
many.
He started becoming better after that block that he made. Great block, by the way. After he became better, but that first 5 minutes, eesh.
Hopefully many more to come. Both Trent and Danny are coming back from periods out, and I don't think either of them is ready to play 90 minutes every 3 days just yet. We're going to need both of them, not just because of this moment, but throughout the whole season. They're very different players who can each give us different things.
Yes.
My goal is to have both of them at 100% and be able to use them interchangeably. So I'm very happy with Danny's return, and I'm sure he'll keep adding more minutes.
As Real Madrid's coach, but also as a former right back, how do you see Trent?
Yeah, we waited 4 minutes for this, baby. That's why I'm here. That's what I'm ready for. Arbeloa, I know you're a glazer. Throughout the whole period of a Real Madrid manager, you've been glazing. It's not me, it's them. Oh, give credit to them. It's not me. This and that, Vinny. You're the owner of the Vinny Glazing Foundation. I better see a great glazing session. I'm gonna judge and I'm gonna give a ranking of how good that glazing is from 1 to 10. It better be 10. Let's see.
How would you define him?
Let's see.
He's a very different type of fullback
Special
compared to
type.
the traditional mold.
Special time.
Could you explain that and how his characteristics can change the team?
Let's see.
With Trent, I wouldn't say he surprised me, but from working with him and talking to him, I found him to be a very intelligent player. He understands the game very well
going.
and quickly grasps what we want from him and how we can get the
keep
best out of
going.
him. As you say, he's not the typical fullback who always stays wide. He can play a lot inside. Within our system, where we want players to rotate and interchange positions, it's a blessing to have someone like him capable of playing inside or providing width. We were talking before the match about how, with Gonzalo in the box, he could look for crossing situations. And then there's his impact on set pieces. When we win the ball back, his passing ability launches our counterattacks very effectively. He's a great player. I'm not discovering that now. I'm very happy to have him with me. He just needs to keep gaining minutes, building rhythm, and gradually showing his best version.
I give that a solid 6. I expected a little bit more from him. I expected he's amazing. He's awesome. He's the best in his position. What he does, he's like what he said was nice. Like is more professional. I needed an informal version of it.
I wanted to ask about Dean Huijsen, who made the mistake leading to the penalty. We saw Rudiger encouraging him right away. We've talked before about seeing his best version again. How
He did better, by the way. Dean, after that mistake, did way better. And I think Arbeloa might say that as well.
How did you see him tonight?
Good. Obviously, in that action, I think the Real Sociedad player did very well, and that's part of being a defender. You can have 90 excellent minutes, and one single action can change everything. I don't think that was the case today. He reacted very well after that moment and completed a strong 90 minutes.
I agree.
Let's not forget he's only 20 years old. It's his first season at Real Madrid, and what he needs to do is keep performing at this level, keep growing, gaining experience, and adapting to the demands of this club.
Facts.
When you're winning 4-1 and the match becomes more open and stretched with lots of space, it's not easy to defend at Real Madrid. I always say that. But I think Dean should be very happy with today's performance and with what he's shown since arriving.
Facts.
Now it's about continuing to work and improve.
Do you think this type of victory, where the match was practically decided by the 60th minute and the players were able to shine, is exactly what you needed ahead of Lisbon and the Champions League match?
First of all, I love this kind of victory because I see the Bernabeu enjoying it. That's what the players and I want, for the fans to enjoy our football and enjoy seeing goals at the Bernabeu. And for the players as well, I wish every match were like this. But as I said before, I'm especially pleased with how we prepared the week, how we prepared the match, how all the players worked, and the difficulty of the opponent. Let's not forget this team had been unbeaten for quite some time.
True. Sociedad came into this game in an 11-game unbeaten run.
With a new coach who had done very well, and strong teams hadn't managed to beat them.
Including Barcelona, Atleti, Bilbao, Getafe.
So we're very happy.
Away, by the way. Getafe away. But Getafe at home, come on, man. It's light work. But Getafe away. But Dallas away.
And on Tuesday, another tough battle awaits.
Regardless of the fact that you'll go to sleep as league leaders at least until Monday, no matter what happens in Montilivi, how much does being at the top of the table affect the team in terms of confidence, especially considering the last few months?
This season is going to be very long. We know that.
Yeah.
Every match day, those 3 points are going to be extremely important. But this is a very long battle that will surely have ups and downs. What's truly important is our improvement in every phase of the game, continuing to grow as a team and individually. Right now, there's no other option but to think about Tuesday. Week after week, we'll approach each match with the objective of winning.
By the way, I want to say something as well about Arbeloa, because he said something which I didn't react to previously. Pre-game before Sociedad, he said, when being asked the question of what did you think of Barcelona's loss to Atleti, losing 4-0 in that kind of fashion, what did you make of that game? He said, go ask Hansi Flick's Barcelona. I think in terms of Real Madrid, he understands Real Madrid's more than anything else. Like, he's got the Madrid, he's got, as I said before, and that response is not a surprise to me. That response is basically a Jose-style response. That's something that Jose would say. That's something that I would expect from Jose. And I said it before. The closest manager, like out of all the managers that we've had, the closest vibe that he gives me out of, like, the Alonso, the Carlo, and everyone, he gives me Carlo in terms of giving the players the freedom. He's taking a page of Carlo's book, giving the players the freedom to express themselves. But in terms of how he carries himself, it's a Jose in terms of the press conferences. That's a Jose response. That's a Jose comeback out there. And it's the perfect comeback of proper what a perfect response would be. After what Hansi Flick said about us, I needed that kind of response. I didn't need, well, I watched the game and it was a good game. That's something I would expect from Xabi Alonso. But the fact that the perfect person to ask that question is Arbeloa, who understands the symbols of it. Amazing response, by the way. But anyway, I've reacted to this press conference. Make sure you put down in the comment section what you guys make of this press conference. And I will see you today on my main channel with Benfica preview. And I'll see you tomorrow with an overall playoff preview. See you soon. Peace.